that bottle for me? क्या आप मेरे लिए वो बोतल खोल सकते हैं? That's the sentence here. Translating the sentences into English, I can explain the meaning of the sentence in English. I cannot give the translations here, otherwise it will become an answer. So what I was trying to explain is we are discussing, I suppose you've just joined, so what we are discussing is making requests, all right? And the previous slide spoke about will you being used as an informal way to make a request, and would you is a little more formal. Will you with your friends, family members, etc., someone you know, and would you a little more formal, probably someone who's elder to you, your colleagues, your superiors. Okay, so would you is a little more formal way of requesting. Okay, let's continue, move to the next one. Yes, guys, next one. Whenever you all are done. So guys, there are some unwanted sentences or unwanted chats. Sorry to say this, but on our chat, I request you all to refrain or avoid that. We are here to learn and practice English. So let's ensure that we do not disturb anyone else, right? So as someone rightly mentioned, this site is not meant for those purposes. This is an English learning platform. So I hope you all are able to understand what I'm trying to say. So let's stick to the topic and try and practice what you all have come here for. Okay, thank you. You're welcome. Yes, anyone from our pro learners?
Yes, sir. Would you please pass me a tissue paper as well?
Good. Would you please pass me tissue paper as well? So the sentence basically indicates that something else was also given, but the person also needs a tissue paper, right? So as well, that's the reason as well is mentioned here. So there's a question here to explain the difference between can, could, will, would. So we had discussed these as modal verbs. There are subtle differences between these. So I will explain that if time permits at the end of the topic, all right? So can, could, will, would. Guys, I'd request you all to please practice modal verbs. I have recapped this and I've done revision on these earlier as well on modal verbs, okay? So please practice this in your free time. If time permits, I will quickly explain that, okay? Later. Let's complete the topic first. Okay, so the next conversation here is...
Sir, only yellow.
Yeah, I understand. So that's why I was just clicking on this. So there's probably a technical error on this. So on this, the dialogues are not in the defined limits, basically. So the sentence here is, क्या आप धूम्रपान करते हैं? Basically, the question should be, do you smoke? That's the sentence here. Do you smoke? That's the question. The answer is no, I don't. Okay. So, क्या आपको आपत्ति है अगर मैं धूम्रपान करूं? There's a very common conversation. Do you smoke? The person says, no, I don't. Do you mind if I smoke? Yes, I do. It's injurious to health. Please don't smoke in the house. So basically, the situation is there are two people, all right, in a house that's specified here. So in a house, and one person is asking the other person, do you smoke? The other person replies, says, no, I don't. Do you mind? So permission, requesting or asking permission. Do you mind if I smoke here? So it says, yes, I do. Yes, I do mind. So please don't. It's injurious to health, and please don't smoke in the house. If you want, you can go out, step out and smoke, but don't do it here. Okay, so that's the conversation. All right, go ahead. Okay. So that's it. That's the conversation here. Let's continue, move to the next one. Do you you mind? Would you mind? Okay, similar questions. Do you mind? Would you mind? Okay. Would, again, a little more polite. Next question. Guys, anyone from our pro learners?
Would you mind if I use your pen?
Thank you. So guys, some of you might be thinking, don't mind if I use your pen. Don't mind is generally avoided. However, here, it's a question. It's not a sentence. So if you say, don't mind, please don't mind if I use your pen, that becomes a sentence. It is not a question. Okay. So it's a statement. Here it's a question. That's why you are asking permission. So would you mind if I use your pen? Hence, the second option is the correct one, right? Not the third one. Third one would become a sentence. Don't mind if I use your pen. Do not mind if I use your pen is a sentence, not a question. Okay. It's a statement. Next one. Would you mind? That's correct. Do you mind if I use your notebook? That's correct. Pro learners, I just request you all to be on mute. Whenever you all want to answer, just unmute and answer. That's perfectly fine. Yes, anyone?
Would you mind if I smoke in your balcony?
Thank you. There's a difference here is the mistake here is would you will mind. That's incorrect English. If you say, will you mind if I smoke in your balcony is not incorrect. It's just informal. You're being a little more formal. So would you mind if I smoke in your balcony? Good sentence. Thank you. Would you mind if I use your pen? Yes, that's correct sentence. Next. Anyone from our pro learners? Suresh, I would just request you to be on mute. You can hear some background sound. All right. Whenever you want to answer, you can just unmute and answer. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Just be on mute. Thank you. So yes, anyone from our pro learners wants to attempt the next one?
Would you help me with the homework?
Yeah. Would you mind if I use your bicycle? Correct sentence. Would you mind if I use your pen? Correct. Here the sentence, would you, could you? Yeah. Could you help me with your homework? Yeah. With the homework, that's fine. I will just allow others to select their responses. Thank you. Let's allow others to select their answers, and then I will allow the system to give us the correct sentence. You're right, that is the correct sentence. क्या आप homework में मेरी मदद कर सकते हैं? Could you help me with the homework? Correct. So can and could, guys. Could, again, it's similar to will and would. Can and will are formal, informal, sorry. Could and would are formal. Okay, that's the difference here. If you say, can you help me with the homework is not incorrect, it's correct. However, you'd say that to your friends or you're being informal. Could is more formal. That's the difference. Okay. Someone asked about the difference. That is the difference between can, could, will, would. Okay. Let's look at the next one. Guys, what is the correct spelling here? Quickly, anyone from the pro learners? Would you like to have a? Dessert is the correct one, but what is the correct spelling? Okay.
Sweet item.
Sweet, exactly. Yes, you're right about it. Dessert. And what is the meaning of the second one?
Uh,
Register.
Parvant.
Arid region, basically Registan, right? Dessert.
Registan.
Yes,
हाँ,
desert and dessert, right? So the first one, dessert, is correct. Okay.
Yes.
I'll give you the pronunciation if I can. Just give me a moment. Okay. Just give me a moment. So guys, the pronunciation for the two words, the difference here is desert. Desert is, this is how you pronounce it. Desert. Okay, the stress being on desert. The second one, I mean, okay? And the first one is dessert. It's like this. Just a small difference. However, when you read it, it's understandable. So desert, the second one, Rajasthan, desert, right? Desert region. And would you like to have a dessert? D-I-H, dessert. Dessert and desert. First one, dessert. Second one, desert. Okay, that's how you pronounce. Okay. So children like desserts. That is correct. Yes, good sentence. There's a question here. Would you help me? Why not use would? Yeah, would you help me? Would is also fine in the previous sentence, I suppose. Would you help me with the homework? It's fine. You can use that. Similar to this one. Could you, here obviously would is appropriate. Would you like to have a dessert is appropriate. You would not say, could you like to have, that is incorrect, right? So basically, when you try to understand the difference, you say, can you do something? Would you do something? All right. Could you do something? Would you do something? Okay. Next one. So the sentence here, क्या आप मुझे time बता सकते हैं? Basically, could you tell me the time, please? It's 8. Oh no, I'm late. It's 8. Oh no, I'm late. Could you tell me the way to the railway station? Couldn't you tell me before? Wait, I'll call a cab for you. Thank you so much. Could I have my bag, please? Okay. So basically, the conversation is about one person asking the other person about the time. The other person's responding, stating that it's 8. Or then the person realizes, oh, I'm late. Could you tell me the way to the railway station? Because the person's obviously got late. So the other person responds, says that, couldn't you tell me that before? Wait, I'll call a cab for you. Here, if you use would, it becomes incorrect, right? So couldn't you is appropriate here. And that's how you understand the difference, okay? It says, thank you so much. Could I have my bag? Okay. Let's have a look at some more examples. Next one. Always remember, guys, the major difference is that could expresses possibility. Could you lend me a pen? All right, possibility. All right. Could you tell me the time? All right. Would expresses certainty, intent. Would you? Okay. That's the slight difference. Guys, anyone from the pro learners, the next answer, please.
Could you
Could you-
tell me the time, please?
Okay, thank you. Let's allow others to complete. Basically, remember, could is the past tense of can, would is the past tense of will. Okay. Could you tell me the time, please? Okay. Next sentence. Could you tell me the way to the temple? Yes, that's a grammatically correct sentence. Could you tell me the way to the temple? That's correct. See, this is how you understand the difference. The sentence is a very good example. Could you tell me the way to the temple? You know, this is talking about possibility. Could you possibly tell me? Okay, this is how you understand. If you say would expresses certainty and intent. When you say certainty, would you, with certainty, or intent. So if I ask, would you tell me the way to the temple? The meaning changes because you'd say it is talking about the intent of the person. Okay, so the person knows the way to the temple. When you ask the person, would you tell me the way? Okay, or for example, let's say examination, right? You during an examination, while preparing for an exam, if you ask your friend, would you help me solving the maths problems? All right, that is talking about the intent. Would you tell me the way to solve this mathematical problem? All right, you are asking the person's intent. क्या आपका इंटेंशन है मुझे बताने का? आप बता सकते हैं कि किस तरह से इस मैथ्स के प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व किया जाए. But if you ask the person, could you help me solve this? You are talking about the possibility. क्या ये पॉसिबल है, क्या ये मुमकिन है कि आप मुझे हेल्प कर सके इस प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करने में, मेरी मदद कर सके इस प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करने में. So just try and understand the difference. Certainty, intent for would, and could as a possibility. Okay, that's the difference. So here, couldn't you tell me before? Both are grammatically correct when you use in the context of the sentence, largely correct, depending on the context of the sentence, of course. However, the difference is between the intention. One is a possibility, the other one is intent or certainty. Okay. Okay, so the couldn't you tell me before? Okay. You can also say, wouldn't you tell me before? Both are fine. The next one. Can anyone give me the answer from our pro learners? Yeah, couldn't you tell me that you can't swim 200 meters deep? Yeah. I would say, couldn't you tell me that you can't swim at a depth of 200 meters? That is also fine. Couldn't you tell me that you can't swim 200 meters deep? Is fine. Yes, guys, anyone from our pro learners, please unmute and answer the next one. Anyone who's not had the opportunity joined, just joined. Anyone?
Could you call a cab for me?
Yes.
Thank you. Could you calling is incorrect. Could you call a cab? Could you bring water for me? Yeah, that's fine. Could you call a cab for me? Yes, that's correct. Correct. Could you call a cab for me? Good sentence. Let's move to the next one. So why not tell me before? You say, couldn't you tell me before? Next one, guys. Anyone?
Could you bring that pen for me as well?
Yeah, the second sentence seems more appropriate to me. There's a sentence here. It says, could you participate in the competition? The second one sounds more appropriate. Would you participate in the competition? You're talking about a person's intent, right? So in terms of that, the second sentence sounds appropriate. Could you, the possibility, however, would you is more appropriate in that context. Okay. So would you bring that pen for me as well? Okay. Even if you use could you is not incorrect, it's just a difference in the meaning. That's it. So would you bring that pen for me as well? Okay. For me as well. So possibly brought it for someone else. You are asking the person to get it for you as well. Okay. Next one. Okay, well, we are done with the topic. We still have a lot of time, so we'll try and practice. Okay, guys, so well done. Ones who got the answers right, well done. The ones who didn't, that's okay. We are all here to practice. So I understand there is the timer, so at times it can create issues, or if someone's joined late or got disconnected. For the benefit of our learners who joined late, I will also do a recap. Okay, so quickly go through the sentences that we discussed. I'll quickly go through this, and then there were questions like describing differences between could, would, etc. I've discussed that earlier, so I'll try and explain that briefly. And if I have some exercises, I'll try and type those sentences on the chat, and you all can complete the sentences. So first, let's do a quick recap. So making requests, अनुरोध करना सीखें. Okay. Sentences here. I'm feeling suffocated. Would you open the window for me, please? Suffocated is घुटन महसूस होना. You're not able to breathe. Sure. Why don't you drink some water as well? You will feel better. Actually, I got cold last night. मेरी नाक बंद है. Basically, my nose is blocked. Oh, I can understand. Okay. Sentence, will you please open the window for me? The moment you add words like please, it sounds more polite. Okay. Request. Will you pass me that bag, please? Please indicates a polite way to ask a question. Next sentence, would you switch the fan on? Okay. Would you switch the fan on? Next sentence, will you show me the way? Okay. Will you show me the way? Would you please pass me that inhaler? Inhaler, the object used to breathe, right? Help you breathe. Yes, of course. Would you please pass me a tissue paper? Sure, I would. Okay. Will you, would you? We discussed the fact that will you is less formal, would you is formal. Okay. So will you use with people you know, your friends, family, etc. Would you is less formal. Okay. With is formal rather, used with colleagues, superiors, an elderly person. Okay. In a more polite manner. So will you formal, would you, will you informal, and would you is formal. Let's have a look at some examples. Sentence here, could you open that bottle for me? Okay. Could you open that bottle for me? Next sentence, would you please pass me a tissue paper as well? As well here indicates that there's something else given before the tissue paper. So he's passed something else, he's given something else as well. The person wants one more thing, which is a tissue paper here. So that's why he's added as well. Okay. The question, do you smoke? No, I don't. Do you mind if I smoke? Yes, I mind. So yes, I do mind. You don't have to repeat, I do mind. The moment you say, yes, I do, because the question includes, do you mind? It's understood when you say, yes, I do. It's injurious to health, plus don't smoke in the house. Okay, so would you mind if I smoke in your balcony? All right, go ahead. So it's asking permission to go and smoke in the balcony, not in the house, in the balcony. Person says, please go ahead. Okay. Next slide. Do you mind? Would you mind? Okay. Question, would you mind if I use your pen? The reason don't mind is incorrect is because it is not a sentence, it's a question. So if you say, do not mind or don't mind if I use your pen, it becomes a sentence, a statement, not a question. So would you mind is grammatically correct here. Okay. Would you mind if I smoke in your balcony? The sentence we discussed earlier. Could you help me with the homework? Okay. Could you help me with the homework? Possibility. Would you like to have a dessert? Dessert and desert. Desert, second one is Registan, Rajasthan, basically, right? So the arid place, sand, etc. Desert, and dessert is a sweet, right? Could you tell me the time, please? It's 8. Oh no, I'm late. Could you tell me the way to the railway station? Couldn't you tell me before? Wait, I'll call a cab for you. Thank you so much. Could I have my bag? So person's getting late, he's just realized and is asking for a way to the railway station. And obviously waiting for a cab and asking the person to pass his or her bag. Okay. I will explain, this is just a recap that we are doing. You probably just joined. So we've already completed the topic. I'm just doing a revision, all right? So guys, I request all the learners to kindly be on time so that you do not miss out on anything and that you start from the beginning of the topic, okay? So it's important to join on time. The next sentence here, could you tell me the time, please? One that we just discussed. Couldn't you tell me before? Okay. क्या आप मुझे पहले नहीं बता सकते थे? Is the sentence. Okay. Yeah. Would you bring that pot for me? That's fine. Next one. Could you call a cab for me? Okay. Calling a cab is incorrect. Could you call a cab for me? Okay. So this is the topic that we did. The last sentence was, would you bring that pen for me as well? Okay. So there were questions about, well done guys. So there were questions about the differences between could, would. We discussed that. Some of the other modal verbs I will quickly discuss if I can. Just give me a moment. Kindly allow me a minute. Thank you. Let me see if I have some more exercises. So guys, there's a small exercise here, okay, that I would like to share, okay? So you all need to fill in the blanks choosing the correct option. The options are, okay, shall, will, could, should, okay? Shall, will, should, would, could, okay? You all just need to select the correct option or just type your answers. You all don't need to write the entire sentence. someone who's not able to see the chat, I will read the sentences as well. The pro learners can just give me an answer. That's fine. So the first sentence here, guys, is to keep fit, you dash take regular exercise. To keep fit, you dash take regular exercise. What is the appropriate option here? Shall, will, should, could.
Again, repeat questions, sir.
Sure. The sentence is to keep fit, you dash take regular exercise. So understand the meaning of the sentence, whether it is being conveyed as a necessity to do something or as an option. As an order, or is it given as a condition that to do this, you have to do the other part?
Sir, would.
So the options are shall, will, should, would, could.
Would.
Do you think would is appropriate here? What is the meaning of the sentence? The person is saying to keep fit, you dash take regular exercise. What seems appropriate here? It's being spoken about not in terms of intention, possibility, etc. It's being spoken about as a necessity. Which of the words indicates, which word indicates necessity? You have to do something in order to achieve something, right? So which word indicates that strong emotion, strong suggestion?
No idea, sir.
Okay. Shall, will, should, could, to keep fit, dash take regular exercise. You should. Yes, guys, correct answers on the chat. You should take regular exercise. Okay. To get better, you should take medicines. Is that grammatically correct? The person has to take medicines to get better, right? So to keep fit, you should take regular exercise. Okay. Strong emotions given, it's a necessity. They are connected to each other, right? The sentences. So it's a necessity. If you want to get fit, you should do something. What is take regular exercise? Okay. I hope you understood the meaning.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Great. Thank you. The next one, guys. The next one. Interesting sentence this. Give me the answer for this next one, guys. I'm just trying to type it on the chat. The next sentence is, if Tom had more free time, if Tom had more free time, he dash join a sports club. If Tom had more free time, he dash join a sports club. What is the correct answer, guys? Understand the meaning of the sentence. Is it talking about the possibility, or is it talking about intent? It's talking in terms of a certain degree of certainty, right? It's talking with degree of certainty that if Tom had more free time, he dash join a sports club. Could is not incorrect. Could is not incorrect if you're talking about a possibility. What I'm saying
I
is,
think would, sir.
could is fine. It's not incorrect. Could is not incorrect. Will and should are grammatically incorrect here. In terms of the tense, in terms of the context or the meaning of the sentence, Could is not incorrect. You're talking about a possibility. He could possibly join a sports club. But what I'm trying to ask is, does the sentence indicate possibility or it talks about intent? Guys, does the sentence talk about possibility or it talks with a degree of certainty? As I said, could is possibility, would. Yes, good answer. Thank you. For the ones who mentioned would seems more appropriate in this case. Why? Because it reflects certainty and intent. So what is the intent here? What is the certainty here? It says, if Tom had more free time, he would join a sports club. With certainty, with intent, he would join a sports club. He could join a sports club would indicate that Tom could possibly join a sports club. May or may not. But here, when you say would, it shows certainty. Why? Because the first half of the sentence clearly says that if Tom had more free time. Okay. So would seems more appropriate. As I mentioned, could is not grammatically incorrect. It's fine. Okay. Could is not intent. Could is a possibility. Would is intent and certainty. Okay. Let's have a look at one more. So there was a question about, so could, guys, could can also reflect possibility, past ability, like he could swim for 4 hours when he was young, for example. He could run 10 kilometers when he was young. Permission, requests, okay? Would is also the past of will in various senses, okay? So when we discuss the topic modal verbs, we'll discuss this in detail. I have already covered modal verbs during most of the topics, okay? So let me have a look at some more examples. Please answer the next one. Yeah, this is an interesting sentence. According to the reports, the price of petrol dash increase next year. According to the reports, the price of petrol dash increase next year. So everyone who's mentioned would, will, could, all are right. It just depends on how sure or how certain you are. If you say with certainty that according to reports, the price of petrol will increase next year, it's fine. Yes, it's a simple sentence. And you are stating this with a degree of certainty that will increase according to reports. Would increase is also fine. Could possibly increase, that's also fine. So yeah, all of you have given the right answer. Okay, would, okay, no problem. So guys, understand the subtle difference between would and will as well here. Will has greater certainty than would. Okay, will has greater certainty than would. Why? Because when you say would, you're talking about certainty and intent. However, when you say will, means it will happen, right? I will leave the house at 9 p.m. I would leave the house at 9 p.m. What is the difference? Would, certainty, intent. My intent is to leave the house at 9. When I say I will leave the house at 9, it shows that I will definitely do it. So it shows more certainty. So here, if you're talking about surety, absolute certainty, then according to the reports, the prices will increase. That's a given. It's a given. Okay. That's the slight difference between will and would. Okay. One more last sentence before we call it a day. Next sentence. It's a beautiful day. Let's end on a beautiful note. It's a beautiful day today. Dash, we go to the beach. It's a beautiful day today. Dash, we go to the beach. Polite permission. Asking in a polite manner. It's a beautiful day today. Dash, we go to the beach. What is the appropriate answer?
Can
Pardon me?
हो सकता है sir.
Can is fine. Can we go to the beach? Yes. However, according to me, the permission here, polite way to ask, shall is more appropriate in this case. Okay. Shall we go to the beach? Okay. Shall we go to the beach? Shall we dance, for example? Okay. So well done, guys. Thank you so much for your time, for your precious time and asking questions, giving the answers. Quickly, for the benefit of our learners who want to become pro learners, I have to share my screen if I can and explain the benefits of becoming pro learners. There were questions about that on the chat. So just give me a moment. I will quickly share my screen. So guys, there are a lot of benefits of becoming a pro learner. Anyone who wants to become a pro learner, please feel free to, if you have any questions, please feel free to type in your emails to premium, P-R-E-M-I-U-M, premium at helloenglish.com. That's our email address. If you all have any questions about pricing, scheduling, etc., you all can please ask questions on that. As far as discounts are concerned to become a pro learner, you all can use coupon codes like, for example, Amit10 is my name and the 10 indicates 10% discount. If you use this, you all can avail a discount of 10%. The benefits of becoming a pro learner are immense. We're short on time, so I'll quickly share that. The major benefit is that you all can become part of the live sessions. That is, like you all must have heard our pro learners asking questions, participating on Zoom. So you all can become, once you all become pro learners, you all can be a part of the Zoom sessions. The other biggest advantage is we have a great app, the Hello English app. You all can make full use of that. Thousands of hours of amazing courses are practice kar sakte hain, pronunciation, intonation, speed reading, etc. The other benefit is that basic courses can be downloaded offline without internet. Also, you all can practice the basic courses and smart AI-led features. Okay, and ad-free learning experience without ads. So these are some of the benefits that I discussed. The courses are incredible at Hello English. You will come across thousands of hours of courses. So my request to you all is quickly become pro learners, try and become pro learners as early as possible so that you all can make best use of these advantages. All right. So thank you for your time. Have a great evening and have a great weekend as well. I hope to see you guys soon. All right. Take care, be safe and see you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.